Welcome back, fans.
And welcome to Ultimatum City, the home of an all-new event for Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
And with an all-new event comes all-new rules. And these are the rules to the Ultimatum. 4 racers enter each race. Each racer's positions are chosen at random. Each racer continues until they lose. Only one racer leaves victorious. There will be 4 races per season. At the end of the season, the 4 race winners will race to declare an overall season winner. And at the end of 4 seasons, each season winner will face off to find the Ultimatum Grand Champion. This might all sound confusing now, but trust me, it'll get easier and way more exciting as this event continues.
And we've decided to kick this event off in a big way, featuring vintage cars from the days of Hot Wheels past. So let's get into it and meet today's racers.
Our first racer is Michael Brown from Eugene, Oregon in the USA, driving a Larry Wood Motors Classic. It's the 1980 van, better known to the world as Inside Story. And it says here, Michael works as an interior designer. But I think he missed his calling, because the way he painted the outside of that van, he'd probably be a millionaire as an exterior designer. And his race position will be number 2.
Our next racer is a physical therapist named Alexander Cruz from Santa Fe, New Mexico in the USA. And he is in a car that's very near and dear to my heart. It's the 1981 Chevy Citation X11. Al, what you and the fans may not know is my very first job as a broadcast journalist was covering the Citation X11 when Mr. Crane allowed General Motors to test them at the Scrapyard Proving Grounds. I could still remember my reporting like I did it yesterday. The Citation X11 improves on the standard Citation with its 135 horsepower high-output 2.8-liter V6. Oh man, those were the days. But today, Mr. Cruz's race position will be... number 1. He'll be starting us off in round 1 in the pole position.
Next up, we have another Larry Wood Motors Classic. It's the 1996 Tall Rider. And what a perfect name! Look at the ground clearance on that van. It barely fits on screen. Anyway, that behemoth is driven by Lucas Hall from Durango, Colorado, right here in the US of A, where he very, very obviously works as a mountain rescue ranger. And his race position will be number 3. Now, as luck would have it, we already know, by process of elimination, that the last racer will be number 4. But fans, what you don't know is we have a special driver.
What do you mean, Al?
Well, we wanted to kick this event off in a big way, so one of our very own employees has entered the event.
Oh no, Wild Bob is not allowed to drive in our races.
No, it's not Wild Bob. It's Eddie the Eel Armorsana from the safety crew. And longtime fans may recognize him, or at least his hands, from our unboxing and DIY videos. And not only is he a special driver, but so is the car. Since this is a vintage race, the Eel took the Camaro that's usually front and center in Clunker Canyon and did a complete resto mod. And look at just how beautiful that blown 1984 Camaro looks. Man, the safety crew may not be the world's best safety crew, but they sure can bring a clunker back to life.
Great! Now let's bring this event to life and get up to the starting gate and get this race started. Here we are at the starting gate in Ultimatum City. Up first, having drawn number 1, it's Alexander Cruz in the Citation X11. And 1 lane over, having drawn number 2, is Michael Brown driving Inside Story.
And if you're a longtime fan and things look a little different up here on the roof, well, you're in for a treat. We changed up the track and added some surprises. And for new fans, don't worry, we'll bring you up to speed once we do the replay. But for now, let's just get to that countdown.
3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa, it's like
line and hard into the tires.
Wow! I need to get to that replay now, Barry! Well, here we are, all the way at the top of Ultimatum City, and we call this part of the track the roof, because it's on top of a roof.
Wow, pure genius. Did you come up with that all by yourself, Al?
I sure did. No help at all. But you know who needed a whole lot of help? Michael Brown driving Inside Story. Because from the camera in Beacon Hill, we could see he went off the track and into that building at full speed.
That looked horrible, Al. Let's see it again.
I mean, I know our videos aren't known for many turns, so he must have seen our all-new track section that we're calling the Sidewinder. And he must have been so shocked that he drove right off the track. And if you look into the upper left-hand corner, you could see him go right into that building and go up in smoke.
Ha! That looked horrible, Al. Let's see it again. But then from our all-new jump cam section, we could see that Alexander Cruz in the 1981 Citation X11 is all alone. I think he was pretty stunned by what happened to Inside Story, and while he was able to get over the ramp, he didn't do it with much speed or height.
Well, in his defense, it's not every day you race against someone who explodes while crashing into a building.
But it seems like the Citation X11 was able to shake off any jitters and get back into the game because he crashes into the safety tires as a result of actually accelerating down the full length of the boulevard.
Yeah, we know that name is a carryover from our other races. But look at that scene. This time we actually are racing on a boulevard.
And speaking of carryovers, with that win, Alexander Cruz will carry himself and his Citation X11 over into the next round.
And Michael Brown becomes the first casualty of the Ultimatum.
Al, don't say casualty.
I didn't mean that kind of casualty. I just meant he has no chance of moving on, and his place is dead last.
Forget it, Al. You're not helping. Just hit the title card button to start the next round. We are back at the roof for our second matchup. Our new challenger, Lucas Hall in the Tall Rider, is now in the pole position, shifting our round one winner one spot to the right.
Well, now that the secret of the Sidewinder is out of the bag, let's see if Lucas Hall will be the first successful van to make it around the turns.
Al, that van is so high it looks more suitable to make it over the turns than around them. But there's only one way to find out. Hit that countdown button.
3, 2, 1, go!
X11 makes it through.
The mountain rescue needs rescuing.
Citation over the jump.
Lucas Hall still possibly on fire.
X11 heads the wall and is across the line.
He's across the line and hard into the tires again. Time for another awesome replay, Barry. The head of our graphics department, Nell 1, has seen all the trouble these vans are having, and he just sent out an idea for a new tournament. And look, he already texted me a logo. We are going to call it Vandalism. Get it? It'll be great.
Two things, Al. Number one, focus. We're literally in race one of this new tournament, and you're already thinking about the next one. Number two, that's actually a really great name for a tournament, Al, and you just gave it away for free on the internet.
That's copyright Scrapyard Diecast Racing. There, I called it, see? Look, I even put that little circle in a C thing around it. We own the name now, Barry, because it's an automatic copyright if I call it within 3 seconds.
I don't think that's how that works, Al. And apparently another thing that doesn't work is entering a van into the Ultimatum.
Right. So far, no van has been able to survive the Sidewinder.
That tall rider goes off the track and into the citations lane, and Alexander Cruz was hard on the brakes to allow Lucas Hall to flip past him and once again crash off the track. Then Lucas Hall's tall rider ends up on its side in a cloud of dark, billowing smoke. Then, for the second round in a row, Alexander Cruz is unable to gain much speed before he hits the ramp.
And for another round, we have a smoking van in the upper left-hand corner.
Finally, coming into the boulevard, the Citation X11 gets a little loose and rubs his fenders down the outside wall.
And for the second time, he goes full speed into the safety tires.
And the final thing he does for the second time in this round is put another win on the scorecard. And now we'll be saying goodbye to Lucas Hall as the Citation X11 moves on to the final round to see if he'll be the first ever racer to survive the Ultimatum.
Or if he'll meet defeat at the famous gloved hands of Eddie the Eel from our very own safety crew.
We are back at the top of the roof for our final round. The Citation X11 is in the pole position with 2 wins under his belt.
And our hometown hero, Eddie the Eel, is in lane 2, looking to deliver an upset and bring the first ever Ultimatum trophy home to the safety crew. You could do it, Eel.
Al, as professional broadcast journalists, we're supposed to be impartial and not pick a favorite to win.
Oh, I know that, Barry. I'm not picking the Eel to win. I just really, really hope the Citation loses.
Al, good luck to both racers.
3, 2, 1, go!
Last one!
They're both through!
Eel in the lead!
Feel across the line!
Whoa, no fair! Late hit by Alexander Cruz after the line.
Relax, Al. Let's take a closer look at all the action in our last replay.
I know you have a special place in your heart for the X11, Mr. Impartial, but that hit on the Eel was way after the line.
We'll get there, Al. But for now, we could see the X11 had a slight lead at the beginning of Beacon Hill, but the Eel was able to close the gap, and the Eel kept going and actually had a few car lengths lead, leaving the Sidewinder. And from the jump cam, we could see the Eel was able to accomplish what Mr. Cruz has struggled with this whole race.
If you mean the Eel delivered a massive jump, you are absolutely correct, Barry. The only time I've seen jumps that high is when we're all the way at the top of Rollout Mountain. But here at street level, that jump was just massive. And I think that got under Alexander Cruz's skin because he cuts across the track and tailgates the Eel across the line and then slams into him full speed after the line, causing a massive fireball. I mean, look at that. That has to be against the rules.
Al, you're the one that made up the rules for this tournament. You just read them a few minutes ago.
Oh, right. But you gotta admit, it is kinda fishy that every single one of the Citation's opponents went up in smoke at some point.
Well, just like his opponents, Mr. Cruz's chances at running the Ultimatum also went up in smoke, because with his win, Eddie the Eel Amarsana is the first ever Ultimatum winner.
And not only does he bring the win home for the safety crew, but as the winner of race 1, he's in the season finals, where he'll face the winners of races 2 through 4. Great job, Eel. Way to close this one out. I mean, I hope he can make it to the finals considering his car just exploded.
Relax, Al. The Eel is a professional and a member of our safety crew. I'm sure that will buff right out. And from buffing out, we're moving to closing out, because it's time for us to close out this race and say goodbye.
So what did you think of our newest event and our latest track? Do you love the Sidewinder as much as I do? Please leave us a comment below to let us know what you thought.
And be sure to join us next time when it's cars vs. trucks, and the Ultimatum will decide which one comes out on top. You're in for a treat because today's Ultimatum is cars vs. trucks.
Drift cars, to be precise. And our first drifter is this 2025 Toyota GR86 Cup. And it's equipped with a 2.4-liter FA24 Flat 4, mated to a SADAV 6-speed sequential transmission. And all that means it creates about 228 horsepower. And it's driven by Miss Kim Nguyen from Da Nang, Vietnam, where she works in marketing and communications. And her race number is number 2, so she'll be in round 1.
Our second drift car of the day is this 2025 Subaru BRZ. It's driven by a pharmacist named Daniel Yang from Kelowna, British Columbia in the great up north of Canada. And technically, this Subaru can count as our second Toyota because the BRZ is a 2+2 sports car that was designed jointly by Toyota and Subaru and manufactured at Subaru's Gunma plant in Japan. And his race number is number 4. And lucky for him, that puts him automatically in round 3.
Next up for the trucks team is one of the original crossovers. It's this classic 1970 Ford Ranchero, driven by Noah James from Boise, Idaho in the USA, where he works as a veterinarian. Luckily for Noah, his Ranchero comes equipped with the optional 351 Cleveland V8, and that produces 250 horsepower. And I'm sure he probably needs all those extra horses to carry around actual horses to his animal hospital. And his race number is number 1. So he'll be up first facing the Toyota in round 1.
And finally, we have the 2007 Honda Ridgeline, driven by Aiden Reed from Traverse City, Michigan here in the USA, where he works as a carpenter. And this unibody truck was Honda's first entry into the pickup market. And I'm sure this carpenter has no problem hauling around 2x4s with its 3.5-liter V6 engine producing 247 horsepower. And no need to guess his race number because all that's left is spot number 3 in round 2. And here's a quick look at what our event looks like for today's Ultimatum. Now let's get up to the roof and see if it'll be a car or a truck that's the fastest through Ultimatum City. Here we are at the starting gate up on the roof of Ultimatum City. In lane 1, Mr. James in the Ranchero. And one lane over to his right is Miss Kim Nguyen in the Toyota GR86.
Wow! Look how much smoke is coming out of that Ranchero. Is that normal for a car from the 1970s?
Ah, that's nothing, Al. You should have seen the diesels from the 1970s. Huge puffs of black smoke everywhere. But that's a story for another day. Right now, we have a race to start.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ranchero's loose!
Oh my goodness!
Boom!
Toyota flies over the jump!
He's into the wall! Massive 360!
He's across the line and hard into the tires.
Wow! I need to get to that replay now, Barry! I bet you already know what I'm gonna say, Barry.
Sadly, I think I do.
Do you want to say it?
And rob you of your moment? Please, I know how much you love your puns.
Well, it should be obvious. I was gonna say this one started off with a bang. And I mean bang!
Looked more like a boom to me.
Fine, this one started off with a boom. Look at the way the Ranchero goes wildly off the track. And Noah James couldn't keep it on the platform and falls all the way down to street level, resulting in a puff of black smoke. Hey, wait, a big puff of black smoke. Does that mean the Ranchero is now a diesel?
No, Al. That's not how it works, unfortunately.
Well, I'll tell you what is fortunate. It's fortunate Noah James is a doctor.
Or horses, not people.
What's the difference? I'm a people, and I once went to the doctor because I had a really bad Charlie horse. So explain that.
Al, I have no words that could explain you. But I do have plenty of words to explain this stratospheric reaching jump Kim Nguyen pulled off the ramp. She got speed and distance. With that giant wing on the back, I thought we were going to have to clear her landing with the FAA.
However, her flight was cut short when she went nose first into the wall in the boulevard. Like airplanes have noses. See, I could keep the analogy going. And still, even after hitting the wall, she was able to pull off one of the sweetest 360s I've ever seen on the track before going hard into the tires and across the line. Notice I said 360s on the track, because I bet Noah James pulled plenty of 360s in the air as his car tumbled 50 stories to the ground. And again, a Luckily for him, he's a doctor.
Well, as a doctor, Noah James may be able to patch himself up, but the one thing he can't mend is the scorecard, cause with his boom of a loss, and it definitely was a boom, he's out, and Miss Kim moves on to round 2. We are back at the roof for round 2. Miss Kim Nguyen now finds herself in the pole position. And in lane 2, it's the Honda Ridgeline, driven by Aiden Reed, hoping to keep the trucks alive in this event.
Well, he'll do better than the Ranchero if he doesn't fly off the track and go bang.
It was a boom.
Oh, whatever, Mr. Sound Effects. Just hit that countdown button.
3, 2, 1, go!
Beacon Hill!
The Carpenter into the run!
Kim soars again!
Wow, did you see that? What a move! Whoa, I need to see that in the replay, Barry. Ultimatum City claims another victim, Barry. Aiden Reed actually had the lead coming down Beacon Hill, but I guess that speed was too much once that Honda got to the Sidewinder. Because he goes off track, and boom! The Carpenter goes crashing into our wood platform.
That one was actually a bang, Al, not a boom.
What? Do you have a degree in sound effects?
No, actually, I have a degree in broadcast journalism, making onomatopoeia one of the many things I'm an expert in.
Well, boom or bang, I want to see it again.
Another thing we'll also see again is Miss Kim delivering a massive jump off the ramp. She's so fast off the ramp, the jump cam almost has a hard time keeping up with her.
Well, here's the thing I definitely want to see more than once. Miss Kim scrapes the inside wall off the jump, but then she's hard on the brakes to keep from slamming into the outside wall. Then she throws it in reverse and backs up over the line.
That was truly an incredible bit of driving. Let's see it again.
That might be the move of the match right there.
And another place Miss Kim is making moves is on the scorecard, because she just single-handedly sent both members of Team Truck back home. And now she moves on to face her Team Car teammate. We are back at the top of the roof for the final round. Miss Kim in the 2025 Toyota GR86, having put on a stunning performance, stays in the pole position.
And for the first time on our track today, her teammate, Daniel Yang, in the Subaru BRZ is in lane 2. The ultimatum all comes down to this last round.
Good luck to both racers.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go! They made it! BRZ rockets across the line!
Miss Kim on his bumper for a so close second place.
One last replay, Barry. Man, what a way to end this one, Barry.
With a bang.
No, I'm not playing around with sound effects anymore, Barry. Just like how Daniel Yang wasn't playing around in the BRZ either. He had a full car-length lead at the end of Beacon Hill.
And his lead just kept increasing as they snaked around the Sidewinder.
Finally, both racers were able to keep it on the track and avoided all the booms and bangs.
Then Miss Kim, who had been flying off the jumps in the previous rounds, now seems like she had been bunny hopping compared to Daniel Yang's gravity-defying performance. Can we get a measurement on those jumps? Wow, look at that. That's a huge difference.
But that massive jump came at a cost because Daniel Yang goes into the wall, and that gives Miss Kim the slightest bit of a chance to catch up.
But that little bit of chance was not enough because Daniel Yang was well over the line before Miss Kim got there. And another place our pharmacist is over is on the scorecard. Because with that win, he is the winner of this ultimatum.
And since he's a pharmacist, maybe he could write a prescription to make Mrs. Kim's pain of losing go away.
Al, pharmacists don't write prescriptions for people. Doctors write them.
Oh, so maybe the Ranchero driver can do it.
He's a vet.
Wait, Now he's a soldier? I thought he cured horses.
Not that kind of vet. You know what, Al? There's two things that need closing right now. Your mouth is the first, and this race is the second. We hope you enjoyed today's race, fans. Please leave us a comment and hit the like button. And don't forget to share this video and subscribe to our channel. And be sure to join us next time when we're bringing the fastest quarter-milers up to Ultimatum City.
That's right, the next race is all about the dragsters.
You're in for a treat, because for the first time ever in Scrapyard Diecast Racing history, everyone has the same exact job. And if you haven't guessed it from our video's thumbnail, they are all professional quarter-mile drag strip racers.
Our first drag racer is in his very own custom creation. It's the 2022 Custom Mod Rod, driven by Thomas Brooks from Savannah, Georgia in the USA. And his race number is... number 2. Next up is the 1947 Fiat 500C, the Rile Man. And it's driven by Logan Christopher from his hometown of Flagstaff, Arizona, also here in the USA.
And the most dedicated of dedicated Scrapyard Diecast Racing superfans will recognize that Logan's Rile Man is from our Shorts channel, where the Rile Man suffered a tough defeat at the hands of the world-famous Bone Shaker.
What are you saying, Barry? Are you telling me that our Shorts channel offers unique content not available here on our main channel?
What are you doing, Al?
You mean like exclusive races on our dedicated Shorts track? Or slideshows? Or new cars spinning on the turntable for all our fans to enjoy?
Are you reading your lines off your phone?
Look, Mr. Crane changed the script this morning once he realized the Rile Man was back on our track. And that's why everyone should subscribe to that channel for even more Scrapyard Diecast Racing content.
Al, stop reading. Let's just show the fans that short right now.
Whoa, that's like a double bonus. A race inside a race? How do you learn your lines so fast, Barry?
I am a professional broadcast journalist. That's how. Fans will see you in 51 seconds. In the meantime, hopefully Al can memorize his last line.
Wow, that was incredible. So much action in only a minute.
There you go, Al. I knew you could do it.
Whoa, an actual compliment. Thanks, Barry.
No, it's not. That was in my script, Al. Anyway, it looks like Logan Christopher is already lucking out on our main channel because his race number is 4.
Up next is this 1971 Ford Mustang funny car. Something funny. This dragster was hand-built by Liam Alexander, and he's all the way from where Colt factories are born, Burlington, Vermont. And his race number is... oh, number 1. He'll be up first in round 1. Our last racer is this 1949 Mercury Rolling Metal, driven by Ethan Michaels from Asheville, North Carolina, USA. And by process of elimination, his race number will be number 3. And this is what our roundup will look like for today's race. Now let's stop dragging our feet and start drag racing by getting up to the roof. See what I did there, Barry?
Here we are at the roof for what I predict is going to be a very exciting installment of the Ultimatum.
That's right, Barry. These cars are only used to going straight for a quarter mile, so the Ultimatum is gonna be a whole new world to them. And starting us off is Liam Alexander's Something Funny in lane 1. And 1 lane over, it's the Mod Rod and Thomas Brooks in lane 2.
Good luck to both racers.
3, 2, 1, go!
Zoom! Boom!
Oh my goodness! Mod Rod over the jump in reverse.
He's into the wall! Across the line and into the safety tires. Wow! Like always, I need to see that replay now, Barry. I told you these guys were in for a whole new world, Barry. Sure, these guys have no problem on Beacon Hill because they're used to straightaways. But look what happens once they get to the Sidewinder. It was time to pick up the phone and call Amity.
What?
What?
What did you just say?
I said what you always say, like in every video when chaos happens. They have to call Amity.
Al, you mean calamity?
That's exactly what I just said.
And this is why broadcast journalism should be left to the professionals. We could see Liam Alexander had massive trouble in the Sidewinder and will have to rename his car to something not funny after he flew off the track and exploded in the streets below. But in an amazing piece of driving, the Mod Rod also flies off the track, but he's able to rail grind around the turn and land back in his lane in reverse. Amazing. And he keeps it in reverse over the jump. It seems like Thomas Brooks came to the Ultimatum not only to race, but to put on a show.
But that show almost came to an end because he goes into the wall pretty hard in the boulevard, yet luckily he was able to straighten it out and make it over the line and into the safety tires.
The Mod Rod may have gone backwards on the track, but he's going straight ahead on the scorecard and just made his way into round 2. Back at the roof for round 2.
Thomas Brooks and the Mod Rod shift over into the pole position, and our new challenger, Ethan Michaels in Rolling Metal, is in lane 2.
The Ultimatum continues now.
3, 2, 1, go!
Big speed! Another boom!
Rolling Metal all alone.
He's also into the wall and backwards across the line and into the safety tires. Wow! I told you, Barry, this was gonna be a whole new world for these guys.
Okay. Save that talk about the whole new world for the replay, Al. Add-in.
In the last round, you had said Mod Rod was here to put on a show, Barry. But in this round, it looks like that show was a repeat of Liam Alexander, because Thomas Brooks also had something not funny happen to him and the Mod Rod in the Sidewinder.
Fortunately, Thomas was able to keep it on the track and blow up between lanes instead of on the streets below.
Is that any better?
Of course it is. He was in camera, so keeping it in frame is way better for the fans watching at home. But from keeping it in frame, we move on to Rolling Metal, who kept it in track, and he gets that behemoth of a Mercury into the air.
That's one heavy hot rod. That thing looks bigger than my apartment.
Well, apparently it also handles like an apartment because he had a hard time landing the jump and goes immediately into the wall.
I bet that rolling tank did more damage to our track than to his car, but he was able to quickly shift it into reverse and make it across the line.
And the other thing Ethan Michael was able to do quickly was end the Mod Rod's chances at an Ultimatum win, because Ethan is moving on to the final round. It's the final round. Ethan Michaels in Rolling Metal now finds himself in the pole position.
And in lane 2, while not a stranger to Scrapyard Diecast Racing, Logan Christopher and the Rile Man now finds himself on our main channel for the first time. And the ultimatum all comes down to this last round.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go! Logan is low gone! Over the jump! Grinding down the wall and across the line. One last replay, Barry. Wow, yet again, what a way to end this one, Barry. The Rile Man was really hoping to make a name for himself here on our main channel. He was desperately hoping for a rebrand after such an embarrassing defeat to the Bone Shaker on our Shorts channel.
But even with that giant rear wing producing tons of downforce, it just wasn't enough, and the Sidewinder struck and took a bite out of another racer.
Well, someone who could have used a wing was Ethan Michaels in Rolling Metal, because again, he barely gets that long Mercury over the ramp. And luckily, he has no paint on that bare metal dragster, because he scrapes along the wall all the way down the boulevard.
Well, he also scraped his way into the winner's square on our scorecard.
And Ethan Michaels is gonna have some massive bragging rights once he gets back on the drag strip, because he's the first ever quarter-mile winner here at Ultimatum City. And if you're keeping track at home, this wraps up race 3. So our next race is the last one of the season before we race for the overall winner.
And it seems like you fans loved our first Cars vs. Truck race, so we've decided to do it again with the appropriately named Cars vs. Trucks 2.
And our first racer for the Cars team is this 1976 Datsun 240Z, driven by Emily Chang from Tokyo, Japan, where she works as a pediatric nurse. And her race number is number 2. And the second racer for the Cars team is this seasoned superfan veteran. Back again, it's Speedy Ben Duncanson. And longtime fans will remember him and how he made it all the way to the finals in the one-and-done 250s cruise. He was so close to winning that tournament that old Speedy Ben just couldn't wait to get back on our track. And it seems like Speedy Ben really loves blue race cars, because today he'll be in this 2024 Bizzarini 5300 GT Corsa Revival. And while we have no idea where Speedy Ben's hometown is, we do know for sure his race number will be number 3.
Now up first for the Trucks team is Harper Lewis from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, USA, where he works as an electrician, helped out by his 1961 Chevy Corvair rampside pickup. And his race number is number 4. And our second member for the truck team and our final racer for today is this 1995 Chevrolet C1500, driven by Christopher Levy from Guelph, Ontario, Canada, where he works as a plumber. And while he's our last racer introduced, by process of elimination, he's gonna be the first racer on the track, because his race number is number 1.
So here's what the roundup looks like for today's race. And more importantly, the winner of today's race will automatically be in the finals to find out who is the Ultimatum Season 1 champion. Now let's get up to the roof and get this Cars vs. Trucks Ultimatum matchup started.
Here we are at the roof for another exciting installment of the Ultimatum.
That's right, Barry. The car team won the last matchup. Let's see if the trucks can get her done today.
Starting us off in lane 1 for the truck team, it's the 1995 Chevrolet C1500, driven by our electrician Christopher Levy. Then in lane 2, representing the cars and the ladies, is Emily Chang in the 1976 Datsun 240Z. Good luck to both racers.
3, 2, 1.
Trucks in the lead. Whoa. Truck is smoking bad.
Emily flies off the jump.
She noses into the wall. But is across the line and into the safety tires. That was great. Let's get to that replay, Barry. What a great round to start this one off, Barry. Well, great as long as you're not a plumber in a pickup. You could see big Beacon Hill was just a little too much for Christopher Levy, and this was where his chances of winning started going down the drain. Get it, Barry? Because he's a plumber?
Can't you tell, Al? I was laughing so hard, my face looks flushed.
Did you just make a plumbing joke?
Well, someone has to. Now we can see what started as trouble in Beacon Hill turned into a disaster once our plumber got to the Sidewinder.
And the Sidewinder has taken a bite out of his first victim for the night.
Meanwhile, while the plumber was dealing with snakes, Emily Chang had to watch out for birds because of the height she got off that jump.
Not just height, but also distance. Look how far she went. Can we get a line on that? Wow, that's gotta be a record. With that jump, it's easy to understand she'd have a hard time coming into the boulevard, and she nose grinds into the wall and tries to pick up speed as she crossed the line into the safety tires.
And speed wasn't the only thing she picked up, because by clearing Christopher Levy like a backed up sink, Emily Chang just picked up her first win and moves on to round 2.
We are back at the roof for round 2, and it's car versus car.
Emily Chang, hot off her round 1 win, now is in lane 1. And our one and done 250s Cruise returning superfan racer in lane 2 now finds himself in a difficult position, because to move on he has to send his teammate home.
Of course this event is tough, Barry. That's why it's called the Ultimatum and not the Unity Circuit.
Either way, good luck to both racers.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go!
Let's make it through!
Here they come! Speedy Ben across the line and Emily Chang for a so close yet oh so far second place.
Let's get to that replay.
Looks like Speedy Ben is here to finish up some business from the one and done 250s Cruise. Because teammates or not, he is here to win. And he lived up to his speedy name by edging out the lead coming down Beacon Hill.
Then he extended his lead going through the Sidewinder.
And I don't think that lead was the only thing Speedy Ben extended. I think he also extended Emily Chang's jump record. Can we get a line on this jump? Now let's bring in Emily's line from the last jump. Oh yeah, Speedy Ben is here to leave his mark on the Ultimatum. That jump would have won him a medal at a ski jump competition, it was so far. Then, he pulled off a brutally famous move here at the scrapyard. He pulled off a GT 500, and if you don't know that move, that's when a racer pulls the handbrake to cross the line in reverse so he could watch his opponent lose. And let's not forget, this move was named after the first car to ever do it, the GT 500, all the way back in race 5 of the Then vs. Now Challenge 2.
Well, if he keeps this up, Speedy Ben may have to change his name to Winning Ben, because he's moving on to round 3. It's the final round.
Fresh off his win, superfan Speedy Ben Duncanson is now in lane 1. And the last hope for Team Truck, Harper Lewis in the 1961 Chevy Corvair Rampside pickup is in lane 2. If Team Truck wants to have any chance at winning, then Harper Lewis can't lose.
More like Parker Lewis.
What?
Parker Lewis Can't Lose, one of the most underrated TV shows of the 1990s, if not of all time.
Barry, what are you talking about? We have no time for this. We have to get to the final countdown.
Okay then, synchronized swatches. I missed that show.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's race!
Harper Lewis can lose.
Whoa, what a recovery! That was awesome. One last replay, Barry. Looks like what Speedy Ben started at the one and done 250s Cruise, he's here to finish at the Ultimatum, Barry.
Well, he had a lot of help from Harper Lewis, who flew off the track, sending himself and Team Truck's chances at a win up in flames.
And then, even though Speedy Ben had another massive jump, it looked like he couldn't stick the landing. But then, in the boulevard, he not only recovers, but spins himself completely around so he could cross the line facing forward.
And the other line he crossed was from Ultimatum Racer to Ultimatum Winner.
Congratulations to Speedy Ben. He delivered some spectacular wins in the One and Done 2 50s Cruise Tournament, and now it looks like he'll be doing the same here at the Ultimatum.
And let's not forget, since he's the Race 4 winner, that also means he just secured the final spot in our season finals.
Wow, Barry, I know we have to wait, but I'm already so excited for the Season 1 finals. I can't wait.
Unfortunately, you and the fans are gonna have to wait for that one. But if you've made it this far, thank you for watching this race. Please leave us a comment and hit that like button if you enjoyed this race. And don't forget to share this video and subscribe to our channel. And be sure to join us next time as the Ultimatum decides the Season 1 champion. Welcome back to Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
It's the finals. 4 amazing races have led to this moment, and I am so excited.
Now let's meet the 4 returning champions competing in today's Ultimatum.
Up first, someone who not only happens to be our very first ever Ultimatum winner, but also a member of our very own safety crew. It's Eddie the Eel Amarsana in his gorgeous blown 1984 Chevrolet Camaro Resto Mod. And his race number is number 3. Not bad, Eel.
And the Eel is followed by our winner from our first Cars vs. Trucks race. Returning once again in the 2025 Subaru BRZ, it's the Ultimatum's fastest pharmacist, Daniel Yang, from Kaloa, British Columbia, in the great up north of Canada. And his race number is number 1. Oh, that's a tough break. He'll be up first in round 1.
Then, back from our dragsters race, in the 1949 Mercury Rolling Metal, which I still think looks more like a rolling refrigerator, it's Ethan Michaels from Asheville, North Carolina, USA. And his race number will be number 2. So he'll also be up first in round 1.
And our last racer is everyone's favorite blue race car driving superfan, Speedy Ben Duncanson. And while we still don't know where Speedy Ben is from, we do know what he'll be in, and it's his 2024 Bizzarini 5300 GT Corsa Revival. And by process of elimination, Speedy Ben lucks out with the best possible race position, number 4. So he'll be up last in round 3. And here's a quick look at what our matchup looks like for this oh so important season final of the Ultimatum.
Great! Now let's get up to the roof and get this race started.
Here we are at the starting gate up on the roof, ready to get the first ever Ultimatum season finals started.
In lane 1 is our drift racer, Daniel Yang in the Subaru. And 1 lane over to his right is a car so heavy it couldn't drift in a tornado. It's Ethan Michaels in the Rolling Metal Mercury Dragster.
Now, Al, why don't you drift your office chair over to the right and hit that countdown button?
I'm on it.
3, 2, 1, go!
Subaru leads.
Mercury trouble in the turns.
They both make the jump.
BRZ into the wall.
Rolling Metal across the line, but a little too late.
Well, let's us not be a little too late in getting to that replay.
Wow, Barry, these guys came to race. Daniel Yang had a much better reaction time coming out of the gate. And while the Rolling Metal Dragster is a horsepower monster, coming off the line second didn't leave him enough time to catch up going down Beacon Hill.
And it looked like Rolling Metal's troubles continued going into the Sidewinder. having drawn race number 2 that put him in the lane with the tighter turns. And everyone knows dragsters are built for going straight a quarter mile at a time. So I'm sure Ethan Michaels was working that steering wheel as hard as he could to get that Mercury around the Sidewinder.
Then, coming into the jump, Daniel Yang is on the ramp before Rolling Metal is even in the camera's shot.
And when Rolling Metal does make it in camera, he pulls off a pretty respectable jump. But it was becoming all too little, too late.
Right, Barry. It almost looked like Rolling Metal was gonna have a chance to catch up to the BRZ in the boulevard because Daniel Yang loses control and goes ping-ponging into the walls.
And while Ethan Michaels tried to give that dragster all it had, unfortunately the BRZ was well into the tires by the time the Mercury made it over the line.
These two shifted the finals off into we're not here to play around mode because that was some no-nonsense racing.
That might be so, Al, but only Daniel Yang is shifting into advances to the next round mode. And this is where we say goodbye to our Race 3 winner, Ethan Michaels and Rolling Metal.
We are back at the roof for round 2.
Daniel Yang in the Subaru remains in the pole position.
And one lane over to his right is our first ever Ultimatum winner and our Scrapyard Diecast Racing hometown hero. Representing the safety crew, it's Eddie the Eel Amarsana in the 1984 Chevrolet Camaro Resto Mod. This is going to be a battle between high-tech tuning and old-fashioned elbow grease.
Good luck to both racers.
3, 2, 1, go!
So close!
Neck and neck.
Big jump! BRZ across the line!
The Eel loses it!
Wow! Let's get to that replay! Well, I knew sooner or later we were gonna see some typical Scrapyard Diecast Racing action. It looks like the Eel was a little late off the clutch, and once again Daniel Yang had a much better launch out of the gate.
It looked like the Eel had a chance to overtake the BRZ going around the Sidewinder.
But at the last second, the BRZ spooled up the turbos, and he just edges out the Eel, leaving the Sidewinder. But here is where I have to take my hat off to the Eel. While coming from behind, the Eel actually manages to pass Daniel Yang while jumping through the air.
What do you expect? I don't know how many times I have to keep saying this. The safety crew at Scrapyard Diecast Racing is the best we have.
Barry, they're the only safety crew we have.
Exactly.
Well, while the Eel may be the best at jumping, his landings could use a little work because he totally loses it once he lands in the boulevard. And just like our chances at winning, the Eel's 84 Resto Mod goes up in smoke.
Meanwhile, Daniel Yang was able to drift around the Eel's misfortune and zoom across the line.
And Daniel Yang zooming didn't stop there because he's also zooming on the scorecard. With his second win in a row, he's off to the last round and sends Eddie the Eel Amarsana back to the safety crew's warehouse.
It's the final round of the finals.
Wow, this one is gonna be tense.
Daniel Yang looking for his third in a row win. Not only to be our first season finals winner, but also to be the first racer ever to run a perfect ultimatum.
And in lane 2 is our two-time, two-tournament superfan, Speedy Ben Duncanson. And he would love to bring home the season final trophy. This is gonna be good.
For the last time this season, good luck to both racers.
3, 2, 1, go!
They're even!
Still even! Red jumps!
Oh no! Speedy loses it and Daniel Yang is across the line.
See? I told you that was gonna be tense. One last replay, Barry. What a way to end this one. They were pretty much even coming down Beacon Hill, even though it looks like Speedy Ben was able to squeeze out the tiniest of leads at the end.
And going around the Sidewinder, Daniel Yang was able to erase that lead because drifting around corners is what he does best.
But at the jump, they were pretty much even again. Both of them got great height and distance. That was awesome!
But it's clear to see this race was decided in the boulevard. Speedy Ben gets loose landing the jump, and Daniel Yang cuts across the track for a block.
But he misses the block! And quick-thinking Speedy Ben goes for a last-ditch effort pit maneuver, and he also misses!
And seeing that he has this race already won, Daniel Yang decides to put on a show, and he cranks that handbrake to show off just how great of a drift racer he really is.
Well, not only is he great at drifting, he is also great at winning. He just put away 3 racers in a row.
So not only is Daniel Yang our Season 1 champion, he is also the first racer ever to run the Ultimatum perfectly. That's a performance for the history books.
Well, don't put him in the history books just yet, Barry, because don't forget, we still have 3 more seasons of the Ultimatum to run. And at the end of Season 4, each season champion will face off to find out who is the ultimate Ultimatum champion.
That's still a while away, Al. But for now, how about all you fans tell us what you thought of today's race in the comments below.
And if you like today's race, be sure to like and share this video. And if you're new here, please subscribe to our channel so you can watch all our other tournaments and events.
And be sure to join us next time as we return with an all-new season of the Ultimatum.
In the meanwhile, be sure to check out our playlists to catch up on all our other tournaments and events. And if that's still not enough Scrapyard Diecast Racing action for you, check out our Shorts channel and subscribe.